this episode of the Third Gallon Podcast.
It's like here, the observer, the sanctioned, the greased, the lubricated.
After a deadly fight with the Rust Ooze.
When we last left Micah's Angels, the Rust Ooze snuck up on you guys and politely punched you with its Persuadopods. Chester went down, Alonzo went down, Psyche here called for Gomac. Gomac arrived to help, and you were able to whittle it down and finish it off.
Psyche here made a good fucking call.
Yep.
Yeah.
Micah's Angels take a moment to heal their weak flesh.
Chester lying there, half dead on the ground. It's all right, buddy. I got you. Casts heal.
Dies.
Chester can't handle positive energy Williams on account of how he can't handle positive energy.
Before they delve deeper into the Wailing Scrapyard.
And you, with your sharp ears, catch just this like sound of grinding gears and just the faintest sound of wailing.
You hear that?
The machine spirit is confused.
Get ready to explore some junk.
The imagination copter. I'm sorry, we don't have helicopters. They're only imagination horse-drawn airships.
Now.
I see skies of
No.
blue.
No.
Rust oozes too.
What?
Rust oozes too.
Stop.
No.
Rust oozes too.
And I think to myself, Rust oozes too. Let's get on with
I
it.
think to myself, Rust oozes too.
I hated that.
Gracias, lo odio.
Well, how about that?
Listen, part of making, an enjoyable adventure is having at least an encounter where your players kick butt and don't suffer at all.
Sure.
We haven't had that yet, Derek. This has been a struggle.
Literally the first thing you stabbed, you one shot with stealth.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, shut
I
up.
did it, and I was proud.
No, man, boy. When I saw Rust Ooze, I thought to myself, oh boy, that's going to be a spicy meatball.
No precision damage.
If the monster has rust in its name, it's bad.
It's just bad. At least it wasn't a rust monster like in old school, like Pathfinder D&D 3.5.
Yeah.
But when I was thinking about that after the show, I feel like the Rust Ooze is up there with some of the most, maybe not deadly, that one was deadly, but also just most annoying things to fight. So I wanted to kick it around to you guys. What can you remember that we fought, whether you've run the game or played in it, on air or off air, that would qualify as the most like annoying monsters you fought, deadly or not?
I have one.
Go for it.
I DM'd a game. I took, now spoilers for the Doom comes to Dust Pond.
The dust comes
to Doom Spawn.
Spoilers for that Pathfinder 1E module. It's actually a very fun module. So if you haven't played it and you think you have a chance to, don't listen to this. You can't hear me. But their boss, the final boss fight for that fight, the monster itself is tough and it has some things that make it really dangerous if it like crits or if you fail a fortitude save, but it's not like really high over the CR for that adventure, for that module.
Right.
What makes it super annoying is it can cast, I think it was Deeper Darkness at will.
Yep.
And so its whole thing is to stick in the darkness where the players can't see it unless they also have the ability to cast like daylight 5 times.
Right.
And it got annoying because there's nothing more boring than fighting a fight where nobody can see anything, but the bad guy can see.
Even if you burn like a strong ability to be able to cast daylight.
Yes.
Over and over and
I think
over.
one of you had a scroll or something, and you got one use of daylight, and it canceled out the first greater darkness, and the next round it just cast again.
Ugh.
So the creature was dangerous, but because you're fighting a party of presumably 4, it's going to get its butt kicked. So they needed some kind of mechanic to make it tougher. And while it was a good idea, it was also a very annoying idea.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if I remember, I was playing Jade, which this is Pathfinder 1E game, and that she was I think 12th level.
You guys were pretty high level.
It was mixed Magus plus Gunslinger at that point, or something like that. No, it was Eldritch Archer Magus with 1 level of Gunslinger, I think. And I think I had just gotten 4th level spells, and I was casting Dispel Magic. I think I burned like all of my high level spells just dispelling your stupid rock.
Yeah.
That had the deeper darkness on it.
Oh, you know what? You guys may have been a bit over-leveled for that one. But anyway, if one of you had failed a fortitude save, you would have suffered, and no one did. But it was just such a cheesy fight.
Yeah. Drow, Cat, you guys got a monster that we've been through that's super just annoying.
I can tell you, I remember a time when Drow was annoyed. It was book 1 of Reign of Winter, and we were fighting all those fairies at level 1 or 2. The pixies. And even though you were a gunslinger, it meant nothing because high dex. They had high dex ACs as opposed to armor ACs.
Yeah. The thing with that is you weren't really annoyed at any single one of them.
It was just, there were too many of them.
It just kept coming back, and you're like, fuck.
I'm trying hard to think of a combat that did annoy me.
Yeah. If you guys can't think of one off the top of your head, I got a couple, mostly from Reign of Winter that I can remember. I remember you guys not being thrilled with the boss of book 2 because I did my homework to make that fight not be over in like 2 rounds.
That was the one that flew around and kept out of range of so much.
Summoning stuff. Yeah. And you guys get caught up with the summons and all the other minions. And she had like the thing where she doesn't take any fire damage. It wasn't energy resistance. It was the one that has like the pool that you pull from, but you're completely immune. And so like I had all these buffs because you guys had like made yourselves known. I had reason to like cast them within the boss's ability to do. And so like I buffed against you guys and I set it up perfectly. And that fight lasted like 6 rounds. And every time you would like finish a minion, another would pop up and you're like, just stop. Stop.
I remember, I think that boss happened to die right when Drinder had gotten to the end of like her resistance to fire.
Right.
He never actually did any damage, but he burnt through like, over 100 points of pull?
Oh, 100%. It was like 100 or at least 90 points of just damage sponge that I had, and you wiped it out. You're so mad.
I was a bit salty.
No, I think Jacob nailed it for me. I get annoyed by combats wherein my character is made systematically useless.
Oh, I got one. We've talked about this fight, I think, in season 2 of the show. The one where we were at that party with the vampires and you ended up getting turned and me and Drow's character had to bail.
Another thing that you guys found annoying about that adventure was there was a point where you went down an elevator and waves of enemies. There were zombies, mummies, and I
ghouls.
think ghouls and even a ghost or two that were just wave after wave. And after about the 3rd wave, you guys were like,
can we be done?
what are you doing? Because there's just so many people where the whole point of it was like an army's coming after you. You should hide. But you guys just stood there fighting. I guess I didn't make it clear enough.
I was just like, all right.
Hi.
All right.
I remember I mentioned this and you were like, I'm a paladin. I can't hide. I'm like, go inside of a house, which there's dozens of, and close the door.
But it's
and you
like-
were just like, I have bad stealth. I'm like, go inside and close the door.
But it's like the thing when you're playing a game and you assume the houses are not like something within the level.
You could see inside them on the map.
Jacob, there's so many times when we played Hawthorne where we would say, can we go here? And you would give us this deer in the headlights look.
Yeah.
That's off the map.
So we would be like, all right, we're here. We don't want to, it's like the equivalent of going around asking people their names. So I didn't want to just run into people's houses. I was like, I'm a paladin in an undead city. I'm just going to stand and bang. And then it kept banging and banging
Was
and
that
banging
after
and banging.
my character had been made a vampire and
Yes.
physically could not go into a house if he wasn't invited?
I actually didn't know. I didn't think about that rule for vampires, so you were fine in that regard. Because I hadn't actually. I don't think that's a rule for Pathfinder. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
I
matter.
hadn't
It
thought
made
about
for
it.
fun role play.
It did. And that's not counting the Witchfire fight, which wasn't annoying. It was deadly.
Speaking of Witchfire, the one that came up in Reign of Winter, book 3, I would say is another really annoying fight.
No, I planned ahead. I knew from level 1, I knew you were going to have a witch fire because it's a witch adventure and we're fighting witches and it's going to be a witch fire. From the start, I planned for that.
But at the same time, it lasted like 6 rounds because of like some mist and then some will-o-wisps and other stuff. It just kept getting in your way.
That's just normal fights.
Oh, I got another one. I think of them Reign of Winter because Reign of Winter had a lot of unique fights. Remember the one with the darkness part of that cave you were in and the shadows?
No, that was just a deadly fight. That wasn't annoying. That was deadly.
All right, then what about when you were entering that dungeon and you had to climb up the mountain and those wisps kept coming after you?
Once again, I thought that was fun because that's a creative situation. People could fall, but we all had ways of being safe. It was just how to fight while hanging on the side. It called for creative thinking, and that I enjoy.
Do you know what
that.
really called for creative thinking?
For 300?
Yeah.
It's as a DM, you remember what your players don't like because it really stands out.
Yeah.
Because you look around the table
You take it personally.
and you just see those bored faces, and you're like, oh. And it's not. And the battle's not even halfway over, and you're like, this is going to be a fun hour.
Well, before we hop into the episode today, I wanted to talk about the Rust Ooze since it was fairly annoying and deadly. Because it brings up an important thing about this system and the way it handles encounter design. So first off, I'll just, peel back the screen on what its situation was mechanically. It was made to shove its fist up your anus.
That's a whole planet.
This is a level 3 creature 3. And that's kind of important to note because the way encounter design works in this game is basically tied to player level. For starters, to back up a little bit, this game doesn't do experience like 5e or first edition Pathfinder does. You level up every 1000 XP, just straight out. There's no like increasing amounts of XP. That can get kind of complicated. We're not using XP so much. We're doing milestoning because I'm not into manually tracking a bunch of XP. The reason XP is important to pay attention to is because it's how you balance out encounters. So everything's based off of party level, right? It's assuming you have a party of 4 PCs and whatever their level is. So on page 49 of the core rulebook, this is in like the game mastering section. You'll see there's 2 tables. There's an encounter budget table and a creature XP and roll table.
Page 49?
489.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Basically, in the encounter budget, you have your type of encounter as one column. So like your threat level, trivial, low, moderate, severe. And then you have an XP budget correlated with that. And it tells you, all right, well, how hard do you want your encounter to be? Here's how much XP you need to, how much XP that kind of counts for. And then you have your character adjustment, which means if you have an extra character, add this much XP to your encounter budget. If you have one less character, like we do with 3 players, take that away from your encounter budget. So that's how you can keep it balanced, right? And then the table under that says, all right, well, your party level minus or plus this amount, here's how much they count for in your budget. So basically what you do is you say, all right, I want to have a moderate level encounter. And then you can look at the creature and XP roll. This is table 10.2 on page 489. So what that means is you could have, if you have a party of 4 players, that means you have an XP budget of 80, and you could have 2 monsters at the party level. So 2 creature 1s if it's a party of first level characters. Make enough sense? What that means is that's like a standard kind of creature or low threat boss. The Clockwork Handlers, they were creature 1s. I'm pretty sure. So they were especially for a party of 3, a little bit to handle if you had more than one at once. With this being a creature 3, I look here on the table and it says that's worth 80 XP, party level plus 2, right? But at the same time, that would be a moderate encounter, but we only have 3 players. So what I do is I look at that a character adjustment, and if I take 30 off of severe, that leaves me with 90 XP, and this would be an 80 XP encounter. So it's not quite severe, but it's a hair away from it, right? So that's how this system balance works. I know we're getting into the real nitty gritty of it here, but it really does work. We learned this in our test sessions with the Pathfinder Society scenario we played, and if you don't pay attention to this and you have like less people,
You're going to die.
you're going to die, or you're going to have a hard time, because the math is balance in this game can be really, really, really tight. And I knew that going into this. And so what I did is I have the advanced GM screen, which has stuff from the GM's guide. You can do a weak adjustment on things. And so I applied that to this character. And what I did is basically just take away a certain amount of HP depending on the level that it is.
You took away HP from that thing?
Yeah, it would have had 15 more hit points.
Oof.
I thought that was all I needed to do, because I remember looking at this monster and, it has a 15-foot speed on land, 30-foot swim speed. So I thought like, oh, well, they all have good ranged. So all they got to do is just stay away from it and whittle it down. That'll be pretty easy. And then you didn't.
We got to learn to cheese more.
And I was I think I said it pretty much straight out the gate.
You said it. You were clear.
It was like, this thing is just pretty slow on land. And he's like, all right, well, I'm going to walk
just
up and stab it.
Do we not chant smooth brain? I mean, come on.
We do chant smooth brain. That's right. Yeah. The interesting thing to me was with Psyche here, because it had that rust ability. Mechanically, there's nothing special about Psycheer's limbs. Like we didn't do any gold cost for that. It was more for flavor, because this is something you can do here. Mm-hmm. But I was like, but I also wanted to have an impact. The bigger thing it could have done that I kind of forgot to do in combat is it had a reaction called Corrode Weapon, which triggers whenever it's hit with a metal weapon.
Oh no!
Like
bad.
A rapier.
Yeah.
I can deal 2d6 acid damage to the item and ignore its hardness.
I'm glad you didn't do that.
It's all right. I forgot. I had it right in front of me and completely forgot to use it. Yeah, but it didn't have a ton of AC. Its AC was like 11, but it was immune to crits, and it would have had 80 hit points had I not reduced that down to 65.
I'm really glad you reduced it down.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a party of 3, so
I
it
think
only makes sense.
What made it rough was I was trying to do as much damage. I didn't want to do rain. No, because it applies to both. I don't have static damage on any of my attacks. It's just what I roll.
Right.
And my dice are not large unless I get a critical.
Just go to the store and buy bigger dice, Jacob.
Well, this combat also helped me realize my ranged weapon sucks.
Well, you're a melee build. You built around melee.
Yeah.
You got good to hit when it comes to ranged, but you focused on dex to damage when it comes to
I literally
melee.
have a 1d6 hand crossbow. I need a better range weapon.
That is fair. Well, with that Rust Oozes 2 out of the way, you guys ready to hop back into our adventure in the goblin and gnoll infested Wailing Scrapyard?
Time
My
for
knees
yeehaw.
hurt.
To
I don't want
the
to hop.
imagination copter.
The imagination copter.
Float.
I'm sorry, we don't have helicopters. They're only imagination horse-drawn airships.
Dirigibles.
I don't know how to
Dirigible.
I don't know how to make a noise for that.
Centuries before the Star Stone was raised, the Wizard King's Nex and Geb warred with one another, scarring the land between them into a devastated, unstable, magic wasteland. From the glowing ashes of the Mana Wastes arose Alkenstar, the city of smog, a metropolis of airships, skyscrapers, factories, and clockwork wonders.
Now the mist is gone.
To the world, Alkenstar is the pinnacle of innovation and determination in the face of insurmountable odds. On its streets, life in Alkenstar is a non-stop race to stay ahead of the competition. And it is here that a desperate group, hungry for revenge, living on the edge of the law, hunts for the ones who cast them out. They are the Outlaws of Alkenstar.
Micah's Angels.
Micah's
Micah's
Angels.
Angels.
Sunday, 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 Micah's Angels rally. So, when we last left Micah's Angels in the Wailing Scrapyard, you had been, on your way out of the Wailing Scrapyard, fleeing from your bank heist after the shield marshals were hot on your trail. You met up with the Nail Gobbler Goblin tribe with your buddy Gomac and Lord Glass. You took a rest, and you were going to try and wipe out their gnoll problem. Excuse me, gnoll problem.
No problem. That's
Gnoll.
right. Gotta say it
What
right.
can you tell me about the gnolls?
What can you tell me about the gnolls? And on your way, trying to figure out how to get past these obstacles they had set up, you ran into a hungry cockroach swarm. And you also threw walks. You threw rocks.
We threw walks at it.
Yeah, threw
I don't know
walks.
where we found all of those pans, but
You threw walks at the big nasty puddle of water, and lo and behold, a Rust Ooze snuck up on you guys and politely punched you with its pseudopods. Chester went down. Alonzo went down. Psyche here called for Gomac. Gomac arrived to help, and you were able to whittle it down and finish it off.
Sakir made a good fucking call.
Yep.
Yeah.
So now Micah's Angels, 2 out of 3 of which are bleeding on the ground.
An honorary member, Gomac.
An honorary Angel Gomac are left with the gross oozy pile of rust dead on the scrapyard floor. And that's where we're going to pick up today.
Let me get to my role play.
Jacob is looking up at the ceiling lifelessly. Now that's character right there.
We love a method actor. I shoot him anyways.
You'll love to see it. Might as well put him out of his misery.
Yeah, I'm good.
The flesh is in fact weak.
He's my dog, father. I'll do it.
I just realized I have no clue if I can't remember if I stabilized
did.
or not.
Yeah, you both
Okay, you're both
stabilized.
stable.
Yeah, we're both fine.
I'm going to drown you in that pit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where we're gonna
Will I
pick up.
become shimmery like it?
Yes, you will be
course.
the shiniest. You're
Alonzo,
already
do
a
not
vampire.
ascend. Do not ascend.
You're already a vampire.
Oh, no.
This is the flesh of a killer, Bella.
No. No. No.
Shiny.
No. No.
That's your daddy.
No.
Yeah.
The daddy drink people blood.
Okay.
He not great.
In theory, so did Edward. And I think that
Never
that's...
watched it. How did that? It doesn't matter.
Please, can we get back on topic?
Yeah, what do you guys want to do? Well, I shouldn't really ask what y'all are gonna do.
Told you
because
exactly
you already
what
know.
I
I'm laying
wanted
on
to
the
do.
ground, only stable.
I'm going to tell you what Gomac's going to do. Gomac is going to be like panting, holding his little pipe pistol, being like,
Where the fuck you find this thing?
It crawled out of the gross puddle.
Holy shit! That's fucked up!
I'm wondering if that is what caused it to become so nasty.
So it's just gross because it's on a scrapyard?
You said it in the past it was not gross.
We should probably get them up. They look pretty fucked up. I think I just take a nap. That one of them is shiny.
Yes, he does glitter, doesn't he?
Oh, he's so shiny.
He's beautiful. Don't tell Lord Glass.
Oh, and never. It would make his pee-pee feel real small.
Alonzo, glad he's down for the count for this.
womp womp. Let's see, what can Gomac do?
Shall we just let them rest for a moment?
We could do that. That would probably take a hot minute, though.
How long would we need to rest? Is that hours?
Probably.
You just stay right there. We'll wait.
Lord Glass!
Do you say this in Goblin or Common?
Common.
Yes, what is it? Whoa! What the fuck is that blob of rust goop?
We have slain a monster in your territory.
Where the hell did that thing come from?
The puddle just adjacent to it, sir.
He's fixing his beard in the morning.
You have a mighty beard.
Why, thank you. I think it makes me look
He strokes it.
distinguished.
Exceptionally.
Well, what do you want me to do about your sparkly sleeping friends?
Minimum of 10 minutes. 2 to several hours to gain 1 hit point. It's up to the DM.
Oh, why don't I roll? I'll roll a d10 for how many increments of 10 minutes.
We could just go ahead and start with the treat wound checks and using of focus points for healing and stuff.
Have you had wounds treated in the past hour?
No, because
No.
we woke up.
Ah, you're right. Comac's gonna roll to treat wounds.
I will roll as well.
Isn't there this feat like back alley
Or-
doctor? That'd be the
Alright.
type that Gomac is.
Can I roll to? Can I just say I aid you and let you have a bonus?
Does he have a
I-
healer's kit?
I'd make it either way.
You know what? Yes, Gomac has a healer's
Who
kit.
were you rolling on?
Yeah,
Is
I
it
was closest
sanitary?
to you.
Okay.
So that's
2d8.
2d8.
2d8. Okay.
Did you happen to get a 25?
No.
Okay.
What was
I
your total?
only barely made it.
Oh, okay.
2 less than I wouldn't have. 11.
Ooh.
All right, there you go.
And that just makes it.
This is for Alonso.
Yes, that
What's
is
the
for
total?
Alonso. The total is 15.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yes.
Oh boy.
I said just makes it.
So go ahead and roll 2d8 for Alonso's healing.
At 8.
It wasn't on the table.
Not on the table. Got to roll it on the table.
I still got an 8. Woo!
That 2d8.
No.
There was one die.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The other's a 3, so 11.
11 for you as well.
Oh, wonderful.
Buddy.
11 buddies.
You can't use your focus point spells on me to heal me, can you?
Nope.
Cause that'll hurt you
Because
real
you're
bad.
an undead scum.
Yep.
Chester lying there, half dead on the ground. It's all right, buddy. I got you. Casts heal.
Dies.
Dies.
Alonzo gasps.
Chester can't handle positive energy Williams on account of how he can't handle positive energy.
I cannot tell you how many times I thought of something stupid to say when Chester wakes up. And I think the stupidest I could come up with, I also could barely say, was along the lines of, you can call me Chester Stone Cold Williams on account of how I'm Steve Austin all the time.
I hate it.
I searched for the dumbest, and that was. It's also a stretch. But
So Chester, when he is waking up from being unconscious,
It's
just
just-
sounds like Jacob when Jacob's tired.
Chester's like, well, that wasn't fun. What in the hell was that thing? Is there another one in there?
Not that I am aware of.
I fucking hope not.
And I very much so hope not as well. It ate my feet.
It's dead, right?
I might be able to help you out with that if we could take some time. Did Psyche get mechanically punished for the feat?
Yes, I got
We-
5 off of my speed.
5 off the movement speed, yeah.
Would a crafting check help fix
Can I
that?
assist?
Yeah, we'll just do a crafting check as if it were treat wounds.
I'm
Okay.
going to go
Can I-
and sit on this box,
Offer
and
assistance.
then I'm going to wave you two over, and I just start unscrewing my feet.
Did you take any damage?
Yes.
Would you rather first aid first or fixing your speed first?
First aid.
Okay.
Honestly.
I will attempt a first aid check on Psyche first.
Okay.
Where is my medicines? +4. I rolled a 17 on the die for 21.
Hell yeah.
So that will be, it's 2d8. 3.
3 hit points.
Thank you.
Sorry. And you said you're going to assist me with the crafting check?
Yes, I have a +3. So what do I need to
All
get
right.
to assist?
I
You
think
have to roll it as well.
you have to roll like what the check is to get
Well,
the
I
first
figure why
aid,
not
to
try?
yeah, why not?
Yeah, go ahead. You can both roll. And if you
Oh, I got an 18 total.
I rolled a 6 on the die plus crafting is 13. And how much does an aid get you?
a success is only give you a +1,
14.
14.
which is not
You
going to
should have
do
gone
it.
with my roll, and I only have a +3.
That's the risk of aiding.
That is the risk. Yep. So unfortunately, your speed is still going to be limited until you can take some more time.
Alonzo looks at Psyche. Guess the flesh ain't weak.
Your ass was on the ground earlier. No.
Alonzo woke up from death and chose violence.
I will happily put you back in the earth.
Honestly, what we should do is just wait here for an hour.
Yeah.
We're not in a time crunch. During this hour, you can heal yourself and Alonzo multiple times with your focus spells, assuming one of your focus spells is a healing one. I cannot
There
remember.
is, in fact, a healing one, yes.
Then you could just get you two up to full with that, and then after an hour, you could try a first aid check on me, and I could try a crafting check on you.
But if you cast 2 focus spells, they'll move you up to the moderate spot on your
you
curse
would-
track.
It gets reduced whenever I refocus.
Okay, so
Not to mention, you would cast it, get it back after 10 minutes, cast it, get it back after 10 minutes.
you guys want to wait like an hour?
Yeah.
Okay,
'Cause
so
for first aid,
it's already been, since you woken up, for context, like 30 minutes of treating wounds, getting you guys on your feet, and then attempting that crafting check. So we'll kick it another hour, and then we can do this again. And you can go ahead and do your roll for your focus healing powers on Alonzo if you want. But you'll just be stuck at the, I believe, minor part of your curse.
I was already there.
I was already there.
It's like, no, the proper comment from Alonzo would have been, looks like the flesh is weak.
You are already cursed.
2.
2.
Get 2? Okay. Hey, I'm no longer just barely above half.
But you can cast your spell 6 times, and that's an hour right there.
Well, no,
That's-
it'd be 3 times, right? Cast.
Well, this would be assuming that
Cast once and then
Psycheer
refocus.
started casting, after they did the first aid check.
Okay, yeah.
You can use it up to 6 times before we do the first aid checks for each other,
Yeah. So you want to do that? Roll for that 6 times, I guess?
just to get y'all up to full.
4.
Ooh, I am 3 away from full.
I can only do this for you.
Oh, you can't heal yourself?
Nope. 1.
Our party's in
Gracias.
trouble when it comes to healing and downtime. Luckily, you're usually allowed the downtime.
Once I
to
get
heal.
more spells.
The next time I have an opportunity to buy stuff, I'm buying
And
some healing
4.
potions. Oh, I'm full now.
Okay.
And whenever we get some downtime, I could probably craft some healing potions. All right, so once your crafting check for your speed, I
Yes.
rolled a 14 on the die, plus
Beautiful.
7, 21. Your legs are fixed.
Thank you.
As he pulls out his
Awesome.
stuff and tinkers with it, he manages with his alchemist kit
Gets a little
somehow.
wrench.
And then I'm going to try the first aid.
Alrighty.
That is a 13 on the die plus...
You make it.
Okay, cool.
There you go. So 2d8 for Psycheer to heal. Want to go ahead and roll that?
Oh, yeah.
I hope it's another 3. That would be so fucking funny.
It'd be so on. I don't think I've rolled over like a 4 or 5 on my first aid checks. That is 8.
8 in total.
Yes, 8 in total.
Thank you kindly.
All right, so where are you guys sitting at in total for hit
I'm at
points?
full.
Full?
Full.
I'm at 11.
Out of...
18.
Okay, so not so great.
I
Would you
could
like me to
attempt
try
a medicine
another one?
check.
Yes, please.
All right.
All right, go for it.
I make it.
All right. 2d8. Better 2d8s than me.
Should have had 2d8s.
Haha.
8.
Yeah!
Hey. All right, so I guess it puts you all up at full. Now, I will say, I think the further we get into playing this game, we might just want to hand wave a certain amount of the out of combat healing.
When it comes to the it's a lot easier to hand wave the focus point stuff.
Right.
But due to the unique nature of our party's makeup, I think apparently a lot of our healing is going to come from the first aid checks.
Yeah, I mean, once stuff like assurance gets introduced,
Oh, that's
we might be
true.
able to just say it will take this much time instead of having to do a bunch of rolls.
Yeah.
That's if anyone takes assurance.
Yeah. But yeah, so because I think the design of the game is to make sure you are at full before you go into each encounter.
Yes.
Because it's fairly easy to get healing outside of combat. All right, but now it's around 12:30, around noonish, lunchtime, and Gomac's like,
Well, since y'all didn't do anything, you want some rat burgers for lunch?
I'll take one to go.
Cool.
Also, you want any more cockroaches? We fought a whole swarm of them out there, too.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
and he starts running out and comes back with like a McDonald's large fry full of cockroaches.
Oh, what an
This is the
image.
good stuff. I want to fry these up right now.
I'm glad we could help you out, Gomac.
I'm sure.
I'm going to take
Hot
my...
oil over an open flame will be totally fine.
That's absolutely right.
Never burn anyone ever.
Chester's not going to get in the way of Goblin doing Goblin things.
That's
I'm
a,
alive.
that's a mighty fine, crunchy protein.
You bet.
Chester's going to take his burger and go back to the crane. Okay.
Yeah, I take my burger to go. I'd rather have rat burger than McRoach fries.
Come see us again.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what McDonald's serves.
McDonald's fries are life. Do not ruin them.
And have you seen the fryers?
Oh,
I don't
It's
want
like
to
the
think about
KFC
it.
fryers.
If McDonald's chicken nuggets were just roaches, I don't know if I'd mind. Because I just love the nuggets. Anyway.
Oh, did that Rust Ooze drop anything when it died?
Why, it dropped 50 gold? No, it didn't drop anything.
Oh, I get my weapons back while I'm over here.
That's a good call.
I pick up my ammo. My spent bullets. No.
All right, so you go back to the crane just to redo the flavor text here. A large winch-driven crane towers over piles of discarded machinery. The crane's base is totally entrenched in debris, and rust pits its arm. In the crane's cockpit, the control panel's faceplate has been removed, exposing the gears and mechanisms behind the foot pedals and long, rusty levers. A wall of debris looms to the south, extending east and west. The open stone to the north is flooded with oily water.
You had mentioned last time, before the cockroaches got all persnickety, that it looked
Persnickety.
like with a good enough crafting check, we may be able to actually do something with this crane.
Right.
So Chester's going to crawl up into the crane cockpit.
Would you like assistance again?
Well, because the main thing right now is the only way other path through this scrapyard is being blocked by this giant steel crate.
Yes. Yes.
And if you were able to work the crane, you could probably move it.
That's what I was thinking.
All right, so you get into the crane's cockpit, and it's just like beat up. It's been scavenged for parts. It looks operable, but you don't have any like labels of controls. A lot of stuff is like missing. Like Baby Yoda has come through and picked off the knob off the things.
Everything goes back to Dibney.
And you're going to need to make a check. Either it says athletics or engineering lore.
I have engineering lore.
What?
Yeah, I don't know what athletics has to do with this, but that's what it asks.
If you're super fast, you can push every button, pull every lever, and eventually it'll work.
Much like playing a fighting game.
No, athletics, it's the age-old solution. Give it a bonk.
Oh, you're right. You're right, though.
I have engineering lore.
I don't, so.
Oh.
I have a +3 athletics.
Also, as you're looking around here, why don't you make me a perception check?
Ooh. 15.
15? Yeah, that'll do it. That's enough. You see that there is a little compartment behind a sliding door in there, and you see 3 pints of oil.
Oh.
You see what looks like some sort of elixir, but it has
Elixir?
Yes, but it has like a pickled sparrow eye in this tiny bottle.
Ooh.
It looks very goblin. And you also see another elixir in the form of like this peppery frog leg jerky in a little elixir bottle. If you want you can try to identify these things.
What would I have to roll to do that?
All right, so you can identify the. This is using the crafting skill. Mm-hmm. You can identify the nature of an alchemical item with 10 minutes of testing using alchemist tools. If your attempt is interrupted, you must start over. So I think you just make a crafting check.
All right, so Chester will shout down from the crane, "Hey, you guys give me a moment. I found something up here. I'm trying to figure out what it is." And he will roll his crafting to see what it is. His crafting is +7.
Ooh.
And that's a natural 20
Whoa!
for a total of 27 critical.
Oh yeah, I'll just give you both of them for that. You know for a fact that one of them is a lesser eagle eye elixir. And the other one is a lesser leaper's elixir.
I know exactly what the eagle eye one does. That's one of the ones I can make just willy-nilly with my abilities.
Willy-nilly.
And then Chester, oh no, wait. You're the one that has the engineering lore.
Yeah. I
what
can go
is
up
it?
there. +3.
Oh, it's just as much good as my athletics. I'll let you roll. Athletics.
Oh, y'all both gonna try to fit inside the crane?
He'll hop out.
Okay. I will say, Alonzo, as you like get settled into the crane and try to figure out how to work this thing, you notice that like some of these gears are like rusty and hard to move. But Chester just found all that oil.
Oh yeah.
And if you use that might make
It
things a
might
little bit
make
easier.
things a little bit easier.
Does he need all the oil?
That's a
No,
good
not all
question.
of it.
He'll give you a quart of oil, because we found 3.
You found 3 pints.
He'll give you a pint of oil. And then when he hops down, he'll go, "Hey, Psych here, the observer. I saw this and I thought of you." And he'll hand you the other 2 pints of oil.
Drow's face right now.
It might help with the fixings we done to your legs.
I do believe that some of my lubrication did get washed off.
Go ahead, make your engineering lore check, Alonso.
I got a 7 total.
Total? That's
I
not
rolled a
gonna.
nat 3.
That's not
No,
gonna
nat
cut
4.
it.
Yeah, no. Alonso calls down. This ain't no lock.
Swap with me again. He'll go up there.
He goes back down,
and
defeated.
then he'll like reach into some scrap on his way up, pull out a wrench, go up top, and do an athletics check on it.
Go for it.
Chester, I'ma hit it Williams on account of I'ma hit it with a wrench.
hit it.
Goodness.
Did you fail too?
Well, I mean, I got a 13 total.
When you do get a +1 for the oil.
14 total.
That's still not going to beat it.
Bonk.
Fun fact, because you rolled athletics, you struggle and strain against the machinery.
You get tetanus.
And you are now enfeebled 1 until you get a rest.
What?
You're just up there yanking on these levers. And you just like pull a muscle and you're like, ah.
You know, I wish I could argue against that, but I've had that happen to me in real life.
Can I do athletics too?
He'll hold his shoulders because I did my part and it ain't working. He'll climb
It's not
down.
a full rest. If you rest for like a little bit,
10 minutes.
I'm going to say an hour.
Perhaps you will have loosened it.
All right, swap out. He'll high five you on the way down.
That is a 19.
Ah!
Oh, yay!
Psych here applies the oil to the arm. And then
Hello, friend. I know how you work because you work like I work. And I
you-
kick it.
Psych here prays to the blessed machine spirit.
You are confused. Allow me to help you refocus.
Bonk.
I never complain. Flesh is weak.
You're able to operate the crane, and it just sputters this black smoke, and
Boy, I sure am glad that there are no pollution acts to prevent me from operating this disgusting machinery.
Rutgers 2, and you swing the arm over, and you're able to pick up the big heavy metal box, not metal tube, and move it out the way, clearing the path for you guys.
Does that drain the water?
Nope.
Okay, just was curious.
Is there anything that would?
You want to go out in the water?
Oh, no, stop, because that's something that I had noticed.
There's
Chester's would be like,
something in there, right?
hey, Psych here, the observer. Look right in the middle. There's something in that shiny water. Could you pick that out with the crane, too?
I will give it my best.
the cloth that was moving, right?
The thing, the like lump in the middle.
Yeah.
If it's a body, I'm going to cry.
It's a body.
Let it hit the floor.
Crying. Ha ha.
Let it hit the
When
floor.
you drop it, it will.
All right, you maneuver the crane and you fish around in this gross, nasty, icky, bad pool of water, and you pull out this like muddy, disgusting pile of rags that are in the middle, and like pulling the drain up in a bathtub, you hear as the water starts to drain out, and they're just dripping gross, muddy water.
It's just a bunch of junk.
Do you want to look through it?
Oh, yeah, Chester would love to look through
Yeah,
it.
I'll drop it on the ground.
I'll help you examine it.
You look through it, and it's mostly just like gross rags. It looked like someone shoved them in there to stop up this drain that was under it. But one of them is like surprisingly not very filthy.
Oh,
Almost like
magic.
magically so.
That ain't natural.
By the way, I am no longer a naked cat, like disguise-wise. I changed it up.
We took off our bandana.
You took off your bandanas anyway.
Yeah. I'm gonna be bandanaed again.
Ah.
Yes, I'm changing it up.
Is this like a piece of clothing, a robe, a scarf?
It looks like
an
hand wraps.
ascot? Oh, okay.
It looks like what?
Hand
Oh,
wraps
are
for like punchy.
They could be like the
Monk stuff.
Yeah, the monk stuff. Is there a check that we can do on them? For magic items, if I remember correctly, like it depends on the like, is it divine, arcane, occult, or nature?
Nature.
Nature.
But I can't remember if you have to have detect magic to figure out what they do.
Yeah, I think you need detect magic for this.
You could find out.
I have detect magic.
Yeah, you're going to do identify magic which is going to be Arcana, Nature, Arcana, Nature, Occultism, or Religion, DC 16, I think. Yeah.
Well, which is it for your item?
I think it can be all of them.
I have a +3 to occultism.
I'll just let you roll Occultism on it, honestly, because it's not really telling me...
18. Wait, no. I looked at the wrong thing. 16.
16?
Yeah.
So the Identify Magic, just before we finish this, Identify Magic is a exploration action, 10 minutes. Roll DC based on the magic tradition. GM sets the DC. It tells you what you get and the different things. It doesn't say anything about Detect Magic, but everyone online is saying you need Detect Magic.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, I'm just going to say for now, because I can't find the exact ruling that says you need Detect Magic. You have Detect Magic anyway, right?
I do,
Psyche?
yes.
Yeah, I'm letting you roll Occultism on it because there's nothing that says you can't. Occultism, basically, and my understanding of your character is your connection to magic. And you got a what total again?
16.
Yeah, that's actually just enough. You know that this is a Hand Wraps of Mighty Blows.
Yeah.
Which is really spicy if you're something like a monk. But also worth a good bit of money otherwise. Yeah, these things are worth, they're a level 2 item, I think, and they're worth like 35 gold pieces.
Nice. I have that listed in the notes I have, but,
Okay.
you know.
How did such a thing come to be refuse?
Maybe a monk died in the trash.
Maybe the Rust Ooze was a monk.
Noble monk, perished within the scrap heap. You are forgiven, though your flesh was weak.
He could have been a robot monk.
No.
A robot wrapping his steel hands in cloth.
This will help protect me.
That was what I was imagining too.
This will not break my knuckles that are of steel.
That are of steel.
All right, so yeah, that you found out that item. The rest of it's just filthy, dirty rags.
Chuck them in the scrap pile.
What else do you guys want to do? This box is now out of the way.
We've removed the water.
We shall
We've
prepare
removed the box.
for the gnoles.
Yeah. Also, who would like the Lesser Eagle Elixir? It gives away +1 bonus to perception, +2 bonus for traps and secrets. I don't need it because I can make it spontaneously.
Well, my perception is already pretty high. Should we let Psycheer have it?
Why would we do that whenever we could send you as a scout with good stealth and even better perception?
Because it would help with your
Because
initiative.
Cat is not
If you
being
know we're
smart
gonna get
today.
into a fight.
Well, that's fair because if you're gonna get into fights like you kind of did the
And
first couple times,
It lasts an hour too, so it's
Right.
not like one use and it's gone immediately. When we know we're about to get into a fight, we could give it to any one of us to have like a 1 higher in an initiative.
Anemone.
So yeah, one of you two take it, because I don't need.
the Leaper's Elixir, if you guys want to know, this tingling solution increases the elasticity and contraction of your leg muscles or gears. For 1 minute after drinking the elixir, you can high jump or long jump as a single action instead of 2 actions. If you do, you don't perform the initial stride, nor do you fail if you don't stride 10 feet, basically. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we got exactly one of these in our test game.
That's kind of cool.
So what do you guys want to do? You got some magic dosh of various types. You've moved this crate out of the way, and you've drained this gross pool. What do you want to do?
I would like to walk through the formerly gross pool and pass where the metal box was.
You walk through the gross mud and roll for initiative. No. You move past the indent on the ground of the metal box. You should be able to... All right. There's on the Foundry map, there's doors, and I opened them for you. All right. So as you come around here to your right, you see this, like... It kind of looks like almost a workshop of sorts. There's a bunch of tables, and there's just, like, tools and gadgets and stuff piled on crates. And then there's another passageway leading to your left, which is, I think, to the north.
I would
I
love
want to check
go.
out those tools and
Yeah.
gadgets.
All right, then I will move you guys over here.
And as we get closer, Chester will be like, "Hey, is there anyone over here?"
Let me read you guys some flavor text. Several benches constructed from stacked crates and sheets of metal line the southwestern corner of this area, creating a makeshift workshop. Each table is cluttered with tools, screws, machine parts, alchemical flasks, and various projects in different stages of construction. One path through the trunk leads away to the north, which was to your left, coming through the metal box, and another to the west, and that's where you guys came from. So you see like all these different tools. It looks like someone's kind of self-built workshop out of junk and different things that they found here. As you come up in here, make a perception check for me real quick.
Anyone?
All of you.
All right.
That is a 23 in total.
That is a 23 in total.
19.
All right. So as you guys come through here, you see this workshop and you start looking through it, and there's these two like compressed box-looking things with lenses on the front. And as soon as you step into the middle, they both just boing, and these like, have you ever seen the Boston Dynamics Spot robot dog?
Yeah.
It's like one of those, but made out of these like rusty bits of scrap metal and gears and like hydraulics. They just pop up and run out, and we're going to use your perception rolls for your initiative. Because they're going to smack you.
Oh no! Bad dogs.
Bad dogs.
Bad dogs.
He's a bad dog.
Bad dog. Stab.
This is the cool thing about this game, because I already rolled their stealth, and that's going to be their initiative.
Ooh.
All right, Alonzo, what did you roll in your perception?
19.
19. And then you, both of you got 23, right?
Yes.
Who wants to go first?
We got a 19 and a 23.
I'll go first.
Sure.
All right.
Alrighty. So first in the order, you can now see these guys on the tables here, is going to be Chester Williams.
Chester Williams.
Chester gonna act first. Williams on account of how he's gonna act first.
Chester will immediately rolls.
Roll for initiative.
Chester will take his first action to devise a stratagem.
All right.
That should be good. Yeah, I'm gonna risk it. And he pulls out his gun, aims at the closest dog bot.
Okay.
That one.
Okay.
And he will get a 12 plus 7, a 19 to hit.
All right. And they're not flat-footed because they saw you, or rather,
Well, I don't think flat-footed matters. Unless,
Well, like if you rolled stealth,
but we didn't, so
exactly.
It just
So
doesn't
that
matter.
doesn't matter. All right. So you're gonna roll against it. What's your total to hit?
Total to hit is 19.
That will hit.
I was about to say. All right, this is 2d6, one for my gun, one for the extra for devise a stratagem. That is
One shot it.
a 5 and a 4 for 9 damage.
9
yeah.
damage.
Yes, this is also, keep in mind that the musket has the combustion. I think it's combustion is the right word. Concussive.
Concussive?
Where if they have like immunity or resistance to piercing or like bludgeoning, you take the lesser effect. So if they're resistant to piercing, then you do the bludgeoning.
Right.
And whatnot.
Yeah, they don't. They don't look like they have any particular resistances like the handlers did.
Okay.
All your damage goes through.
All right, and that is all 3 actions.
So you devise a stratagem, draw a weapon, and shoot.
Yep.
All right, you'll need to reload next round.
Yeah.
Cool. Next in the order is going to be Psycheer, the Observer, the Sanctioned, the Greased. What do you want to do? The Lubricated.
I am. I can get around these beautiful fuckers to get within a range where I can hit both of these less beautiful fuckers with my cone.
Yes.
Go ahead and move yourself there, and then I roll for it, right?
I think that this is where I have to be.
I think you're right. Yeah,
Yes.
you look good. So let me roll Fortitude for you
Thank
real
you.
quick. DC
It's the grease.
7. DC 17.
Yes.
Oh, great.
Are you greased lightning?
Natural 1 for a total
Yes.
of 3 before it would be bumped down automatically. Because remember, when you roll 1,
Yeah.
it bumps it down. So that's a critical failure. So I take double damage on that one.
And you are deafened.
Smash them to bits.
How much is your normal damage for this?
4.
That would be 8.
Yes.
Smash them to bits.
You sing your hymn of the beautiful machine spirit, and it shatters and falls to bits. And then let me roll Fortitude for the other one. Natural 2 for a total of 5, which is still a critical failure.
So another 8.
Another 8, but he is alive. And he's deafened. But the thing about him is he's a robot, so he's not immune to deafened. Boyo's deafened.
I blew his microphone.
You blew
Yep.
his little microphone. All
Out
right.
here sounding like a 12-year-old in a COD lobby.
No.
You talked. Is that the haunting him?
I'm gonna fuck your mom.
Just Xbox Live noises. That is pretty fucking haunting. All right, so
You didn't blow out its mic. It muted you.
I don't want to hear this anymore.
Toxic much?
all right, so was that 2 actions to cast that spell?
End a move.
Yeah. All right, so you are done for this
I am
round.
done.
Alonzo Tin Rivet. There's 1 left.
I'm going to take 1 action to draw my rapier. And
Okay.
then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's my second action stride. And I'm going to stab it. Or at least attempt.
Disconnect this creature from the land of the living.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I got it with a total of a 23.
Hell yeah.
23 is definitely going to hit.
No, 24.
24. Yeah, absolutely a hit.
Okay.
Roll
1
your
point
damage.
could be the difference in a critical, so you check.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. That's going to be 6 damage.
6 damage. You stab it through its little robot eye, and it goes.
Yeah.
And powers down. A power down. Boo. And
Oh,
it
boo.
dies.
See, that is what a feel-good, weaker-than-you combat feels like.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I was hoping that I would actually get to act because y'all just about destroyed them in one go. Nice critical.
It's not my work, it is their weakness.
Literally.
Not all machines are created equal, sadly. But all machines can ascend to perfection.
You stab the last one in its little eye. You see from the table, I guess to your guys' left, there's like this crate with a lid over it, and popping up out of the top of the crate are 2 little green ears. It's Baby Yoda. No, you see this little
Wait,
goblin.
hold on. Is it?
Oh
is
no,
it? Is
we
it?
just fucked up their thing.
No, it might be.
It's the lost one.
Yeah, it's Monzi.
She pops up and she's like, it is Monzi. She's like, matches the description, and she's like,
You guys killed it! Holy shit! I've been stuck here for 2 days.
Do you happen to be Monzi?
Yeah, it's me. Did they send you to get me?
Yeah, your friend Gomac sent us.
Oh, go Max Free. Go and make good rat burgers.
Yeah, you do.
Hello, child.
Hello. Whoa. Are you a clockwork person?
He holds up his half of a rat burger that he hasn't finished yet.
Are you gonna finish that?
Now you can have it.
Oh, I'm so hungry. I've been eating nothing but pickles for 2 days.
Pickles.
It's a pickled goblin hiding in the pickle carrot crate.
Nothing but pickles and eggs.
Pickles and eggs. No, I've been actually stuck here in this little crate for 2 days. When the gnolls came by, I thought I had an idea. We have all these scrap dog thingies, and I was like, they're kind of vicious, so I turned them on and have them attack gnolls. I told them kill everything. They tried to attack me. In hindsight, that was a little bit of an oversight on my part, I will admit.
They operated within the expressed parameters.
Yeah, the error was with me. How did you guys get here to the big metal box?
Oh, how'd you get here?
As you can see, there is no longer a large metal box.
Shut up! Don't you me?
Don't you
I
me.
implore that you return to your tribe.
I would love to do that. I'm very hungry, and I've been pissing in this box for 2 days.
Please leave.
You smell kind of right.
I mean-
Let's get you. You go take a bath.
I would love to. Thank you so much for saving me. Oh, before you go, I have stuff for you.
Is it coated in piss?
No, it's just the box I've been staying in.
Thank you.
She crawls out from under that workbench under the crate. She's like, she walks around like, oh, would you want a bandsaw? Do you want a hammer? And then like she's like, I guess, but you guys probably don't want tools.
I actually would benefit greatly from tools.
If you got an alchemist lab, I'd take it. That's a tool of sorts.
Okay.
Is that a first level item?
It's like a 5 gold item. I could get it at first level. I don't actually.
If there's
I don't know if
thieves'
I-
tools
Actually,
in any
no,
of that, I'll take
I'll just
them.
go ahead and say,
I don't know if I actually have enough to put together a full alchemist lab, but I tell you, I can make some stuff. Oh, I see. You guys already have some of my elixirs on you. Would you like some more? I can make some.
Absolutely. What is you, some kind of alchemist?
Is there
Yeah,
any
but-
way that you could concoct something that would heal?
So mechanically, she can make roughly any first level consumable in the game. So what I'll just say is if you guys want to look through some of those and pick one, on the core rulebook, this is going to be starting on page 543, I think. Yeah, they list them by level on page 543. There's bombs, elixirs, poisons, and some tools.
Oh, so it doesn't have to be an elixir. It can be any first level alchemical item.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we've cut for a little bit. We have everyone look at these first level items. Psyche, which one are you going to take?
The elixir of life.
All right. And
Because the flesh is weak, and I acknowledge that.
Chester.
I want a blight bomb.
Oh, what's that?
It's from Advanced Player's Guide. The bomb deals 1d6 poison damage, 1d4 persistent poison damage, and 1 poison splash damage.
All
It's
right.
a level 1 bomb because the flesh is weak, and I aim to take advantage of that.
Fair enough.
Hell yeah.
Alonzo, what you thinking about?
I'm stuck. I'm stuck between a elixir of life because I get hurt
right.
being a melee person, but there's also this really cool thing called a bottled lightning lesser, which does electrical damage and leaves the character flat-footed
How long does it leave them flat-footed for?
until the start of your next round.
Then it wouldn't help you
Okay then.
unless you were right next to them.
And you'd be at risk of splash damage.
Yeah.
Then I will go for the healing elixir.
Hey, flesh is weak.
Somebody
Flesh is very weak.
somebody else would have to throw the bomb, and then you would take your turn.
Well,
while
then
they're
you
flat-footed.
cleared me up.
There you go. Easy enough. Yes, so she starts going about. She pulls some of these components from her workshop that she has already, and then she gets a drawer open with just different rat body parts, some vials. She has goes up to a wet piece of scrap and scrapes it into a vial, runs some over the heat. She just pulls what looks like trash together almost. And she gives you what looks like basically a pipe bomb, but with gunk in it. She gives both of you guys elixirs of life that are of questionable substance. Definitely have rat parts in them, but they mechanically will work.
And she says, "Thank you guys so much for killing them dogs and getting me out of there. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna bathe. And I'm gonna have a rat burger."
Tell Gomag hi for me.
Absolutely. Toodle.
And
Bye.
she runs off.
We'd have offered her an escort, but now it's pretty safe with the water gone and no Rust Ooze.
We can watch her as she goes home.
True, we can. We could just watch her go home. Also, I should say on air, her artwork is freaking adorable.
Yeah.
Did you post the artwork?
No, they actually don't have artwork for her in the book. It's just here on the Foundry module.
It's adorable.
Aw,
She's
that's
got a pink and a blue goggles, so I'm
It's
imagining
like
they make
3D.
for 3D. That's exactly what I was thinking. She's cute in a goblin way.
Yeah.
I love her.
She's no short stack.
But I like to imagine she has 3D goggles.
Big boobs. Itty bitty gobbo. Big ol' hips and boobs.
The way people draw what's... Yeah, not.
Yep.
From Critical Role.
Critical roll, yes.
All right, so she goes off.
La la la. Hopefully there's no Rust Ooze in this pond. That would suck.
We cleaned it up.
But she gets back safely.
Yeah, we can watch her, just like Drow said.
Now I want to snoop through her tool shop.
Really?
No, she was nice to us. We need to be kind to those who are kind to us.
Chester gonna steal from that Goblin Williams.
On account
On
of
account
he's
of
going to
how
steal
steal
from that goblin.
Oh, God.
Yep. I mean, there's tools and stuff here, but I'll be real with you. There's nothing like...
It's if you're not a goblin, you ain't going to get much use from it.
Monzi's workshop, much like 40k orc weapons, are useless without the
touch of a goblin.
the touch of a goblin.
This is garbage.
Yeah.
I could hear Monzi background. Thanks.
I've always been jealous of how the goblins have been able to figure out how to make garbage useful.
I believe it has something
Like-
to do with a wa
like I know how to make elixir of life like you got, but my elixir of life ain't got like an eyeball in it.
I am not looking forward to consuming this should it be me who has to.
Yeah, you have fun with that.
However, given the choice between death and this, begrudgingly it is this.
Hey, eyeballs are chewy.
Alonzo just looks like,
Excuse me.
You're excused.
Thank you, my
I'm
child.
sorry. You are forgiven.
I would ask for clarification upon the eyeball chewiness.
I mean, eyeballs.
How have you
You gotta eat, okay? And sometimes you want to eat something chewy. I had a rat burger.
You are correct. I am not casting judgment. I am only curious.
I don't know if you noticed, but I didn't struggle to eat it. It ain't my first rat.
That is fair enough. I too have eaten some very interesting things back with my tribe, but I am just curious as to why you have eaten rats before.
I mean, you get hungry. I lived out in the Menaway. Sometimes food's tough to come by, but the rats out there are big.
Alonzo just nods.
Like
It might not be his first
You
rat
ever
either.
heard that
There you
bedtime
go.
story with the rodents of unusual sizes?
Ah, yes.
Bigger than that.
The Bridal Princess. I love that one.
Yeah, I love that one too. like ain't my first rodeo when it comes to vermin that are oversized.
Alonzo just kind of gives you a knowing nod. No judgment here. I grew up in Ferris Quarter. I don't like to think about some of the things I ate.
Sounds like we've all had trash before. This is great. This is great. We're bonding. I like this. I like y'all.
I find you worth outpouring my own life for.
Aw, that's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
I don't think you can help that sometimes.
You just call me Chester Touched Williams on account of how touched I am.
I assure you that you are being given personal space.
Oh, I appreciate that.
God.
So,
Chester, how many
Alonzo
times?
sniffles, tries to hide a tear.
Chester, how many times can I make this joke, Williams? I don't know how many times I'm going to try to make this joke.
listen, to be fair, so far I've made that joke twice.
Yeah,
and you
it's the rest
have
of us.
made
The
rest
that
of
joke
us,
like
yes.
a dozen times.
It's fun.
We bought into it.
It's a good thing to buy into.
I need a catchphrase. I don't have one
I am
yet.
Psyche the Observer on account of how I observe, I guess.
And on account of how you're sanctioned, by what? I don't know.
By the power vested in me through my sick-ass iron hands.
It's a good thing to be sanctioned by.
Yes.
Anyway.
I'm pretty sure I said they were steel in the first episode. Fuck.
Well, listen, metal's malleable. You can change. I'm pretty sure the only way that we have to go now is north.
All right, let's go.
Yeah. Let's attempt to be stealthy. There's no telling if we'll encounter the gnolls.
Try to be stealthy.
Try my stealthy.
Drawn by Scalfi.
All right, so you head north.
I would like to be disguised as a gnoll.
I thought you already said you were disguised otherwise today.
Yes, I didn't say what I was.
Are you sure? I'm just going to say, as your GM, you being disguised as a gnoll would have had quite a different reaction from Monzi.
You know what? You are correct.
So it would have been
Let's just go with some other. I am an orange and white
a
cat.
standard issue dumb cat.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes. Like I am the type of cat that belongs in a dump. This is my cat, so cute. I found them in the dump and I love them. They ain't too friendly though.
All right, I'm going to move you guys up for a little bit. So you're
All
going to
right, let's
head northwards to this other side of the thing.
Right before we turn that curve, I want to drink elixir of eagle eye.
All right, there you go. Right
Can
at the
do.
curve.
Yeah.
And I want to attempt to be stealthy.
I
All
will
right.
also attempt stealth.
So Chester's going to walk up, not attempting to be
Oh,
stealthy.
no, I will attempt to be stealthy, but
I
like
have rolled a 3.
perception's nice.
Total of 3.
That is an 8. All things considered.
Chester, do you want to roll your stealth?
I got a natty 1, so my stealth was 8.
Total of 8.
Well.
What'd you get?
I got a 17 on a die for a total of 22.
All right. So you come around the corner here, and let me describe what you see.
May I describe something first? I like to think that I stumble because of my new feet, and then Alonzo stumbles over me, which is why we both did not do impressively on that stealth.
As you come around the corner, a once magnificent dirigible lies across the pathway through the scrapyard. The words Harpy's Kiss are scrawled in faded black paint along the side. It lies in a pile of scrap metal, leaning slightly starboard, blocking the path leading east to west. On the top deck, an exposed alchemical engine juts from the planks, smoke still rising from the blasted contraption.
Smoke still rising? Mm-hmm. Did this boat just land here? Yeah, you're not done yet. Never.
I am done.
Oh,
That's
did
what you guys
this boat
see.
just land here?
Do we have any frame of reference as to how long the Harpy's Kiss has been here? Also, I would like to say before you answer that I read that text and I was like, yes, Harry's Kiss.
I'm just saying.
It's
I just
labeled on
heard
the map.
Harpy's Kiss, and I hear it in the background.
After finding out how harpies attack in Forbidden Lands, I don't want to kiss no harpy.
Nope.
You gotta watch,
Nope.
You gotta watch out for the cloacas.
Is it heat-seeking shit missiles, Derek?
It's also vomit attack,
Yeah,
so it's like
that's fair enough.
everything.
Vomit attack.
Season 1 was wild.
They basically vomit from every orifice.
Yep.
Or shit from every orifice
So when
based
you-
on how you...
When you see Harpy's Kiss, you can roll a check if you'd like. If you have Alkenstar lore or piloting lore.
I'll take Alkenstar lore.
What about Brylor? Being that this is a goddess of invention.
Nope.
Fuck.
I have an 18.
An 18 will do it. You once remember hearing that a pilot named Farah Winslow commanded a ship called the Harpy's Kiss. Farah Winslow, that's Phera, and then Winslow is Wyndslow.
Wyndslow.
Winslow.
Wins. Oh, I see it now.
Winslow.
Yeah. Oh, Winslow.
I love putting Y's where they don't necessarily belong in names.
Why?
As you see this just nasty contraption sputtering its gross smoke, I need you all to roll perception checks for me.
Remember that you took the...
Yes, I know.
Eagle
I
thing.
haven't checked on.
Ooh, nice roll.
Not bad. 16.
16.
I got a 21 total.
19 on the die for a 26.
Hell yeah.
So the rest of you just kind of see this thing as like, oh, I guess this is what they, knocked out of the way to block the gnolls from getting in here.
Wow.
But Chester, with a 26, you noticed in particular that the smoke rising from the alchemical engine, there's something off about the way it's billowing out. And you, with your sharp ears, catch just this sound of grinding gears echoing from the engine and just the faintest sound of wailing.
Hey guys, hold on a second. You hear that? That smoke looks weird. I think there's a ghost in there.
The machine spirit is confused.
I knew I asked for the wrong thing. I asked for
Jacob's
the wrong
over here
bomb.
lamenting.
I asked for the wrong bomb, and I'm so mad.
Rest, my child.
What do you do?
Is this where the wailing part of the Wailing Scrapyard comes from?
How long has this been dead? How long has it been crashed?
I mean, you know that with Alonzo's check, you would know that Farah Winslow is still a pilot, so, probably within the past decade or so.
I imagine that we could look at it and tell it's old.
And was this a crash?
It didn't crash here. This has been, dumped here.
Okay.
But it's still billowing smoke.
And it is in your way. What do you want to do?
And now you are in my way. Rip Jean's skin was showing. Hot night wind was blowing.
Oh, my fucking
Where do you
God.
think you're going, baby? Shall we greet the machine spirit?
I suppose we go say hi. I don't like this nun.
We do not know if it is a nun or not.
Aha!
Alonzo goes ahead and draws his rapier.
I mean, our only way through is to go through this ship, isn't it?
Unless you have a way to move it out of the way.
Crane. Can the crane reach this far?
Crane can't reach this far.
Dang it.
This is also much larger than the crane.
You can drag it.
Now,
I think in terms of weight, no.
Alonzo doesn't know
We
anything
would start rolling it in and the crane would tip.
about the alchemical stuff as much, but we have an alchemical expert.
Yeah.
Should that engine still be smoking after all this time?
Could I roll for that?
Well, Alonzo's like,
Or
should
was
that
that
engine?
more or less handled by the perception
You
check?
can roll crafting or engineering lore.
Is this like nuclear powered?
Oh, that was bad. It was on a 14, but it landed on a 6 on the die, plus 7 would be 13 crafting.
Yeah, you have no idea.
I ain't quite sure if it should be smoking like that. I'd figured it wouldn't be, and it's also making, wailing noises, or at least it's coming from up there. I don't know if I don't know. I don't like having to go up there, but I can't quite see any other way through. Can I? Can I see any other way through?
I mean, you
I'm just
guys,
dumb?
if you want to, you could roll like athletics and try to scramble over this.
I mean, I'd attempt it.
Otherwise, you got to find a way to move it.
I'm not
I
good
want
at
to speak to
athletics.
the thing.
You want to approach it?
Very much so.
All right.
If Sakir is approaching it, I'm gonna join.
Why don't you move yourself on the map? As you start approaching the ship, you just hear the engine sort of start to grind and come to life, and this smoke comes out of the engine with more intensity, and you see, as you get like really close, this faint blue transparent figure just sort of manifest out of the ship. This machine just starts to come to life and shrieks, and you see this ghostly figure pop out, and it looks like this.
Oh dear.
It's a machine ghost. It's the ghost of a
beautiful.
machine.
And that's where we're going to pick up next time.
It's so cool looking and terrifying.
I could yell at it.
I debated Derek. I was like, oh, the goblin said they made it look like it was haunted. We're fine. I could have got a ghost bomb. But nope, didn't do it.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Third Gallon Podcast. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing, rating, and reviewing us. If you want to see more from us, check out our website, thirdgallon.com, or follow us on Twitter. We are at Third Gallon, that's THIRD Gallon. You can also tweet at us using the hashtag Third Gallon, and we are on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook with the same handle, at Third Gallon. We also publish a video version of the podcast on YouTube, which you can find on our channel, The Third Gallon. Our theme for this season is Delta Rust, composed by Andy Ellison. Our ambience for this episode was composed by Michael Ghelfi, and you can find more of his work on his YouTube channel, Michael Ghelfi Studios. And you can support his awesome work at patreon.com/Michael Ghelfi. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.